Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of MenaeroCraft, our Minecraft modded survival series. So today guys, we're going to be taking a break from all the technical fiddly stuff we've been doing the last couple episodes, and we're going to start looking into the magical crops mod. Now we won't actually be able to make too much progress in it today because it does have a very natural progression. Basically you can plant a couple of the crappy lower tier plants to start with and crops, and you have to harvest those to be able to get materials to plant some of the better stuff. So we're going to get those planted today. Before we do that though, Robito and I want to show you what we have done with our mechanism side of the room. As you can see, it looks a little bit different to last time. Are you turning your back on me? No? Okay. You're happy with me? Thought he was about to turn his back on me right after I gave him credit for helping me. In reality is you didn't do much, buddy. But I'm not going to hold that over your head. We're best of pals. So basically, we got a few new things over in this room. It's looking a lot tidier than it did last time. First of all, the energy cube I upgraded once more to an elite energy cube, and I figured out that the little panel on it is where the power comes out of, so I've turned it around and the panel is actually facing down now, and energy is being piped under the ground into all these machines here. The other really obvious one that you can see is this pressurized tube, which is transferring oxygen from our electrolytic separator into a new machine, the purification chamber. Now, last time I tried to put tin into the crusher and crush it down to process it, it didn't work, and I was thinking maybe it's not compatible, maybe it's a mod conflicting or something. It turns out it's because you need 4 machines to set up the automated process for mechanism. So I've got some osmium and we're going to put it in, and I'm going to show you how this all works. So the first thing that happens here with the machine that's taking the oxygen is that this purifies the ore, and essentially what that is it takes 1 ore and generates 3 of these osmium clumps. These clumps are then crushed down and turned into dirty osmium dust, which goes through the enrichment chamber, which is a new machine, and that turns it into just normal dust rather than dirty, and then we have an energized smelter that cooks it all up, and finally you get ingot form. Now the benefit to using this rather than our thermal expansion machines is the fact that it gives you 3 ingots for every 1 ore, where thermal expansion only gives you 2. And I believe if you upgrade these machines enough, you can actually get it up to 4 ingots per 1 ore. Now, these are the basic, most simple versions of the machines we can make. We can actually upgrade them to factories, and there's a basic factory, an elite factory, and an advanced factory, I believe, somewhere in there. There we go, advanced factory. And the factory versions just allow you to process multiple ores at once. I think the basic one is 4. The advanced is 6 and the elite is 8. So you can have 8 different ore types being cooked and smelted and crushed all at the same time, which is really, really cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys how this all works. I'm definitely going to upgrade them to factories in the future, but not at the moment. What we are going to do though is make a factory for our barn, because what I was thinking is right now we have the meat packer turning the liquid meat into ingots and nuggets, and then it goes straight into deep storage, and then we have a normal furnace that I have to manually use. So I thought what would be a good idea would be to have the meat go straight into a factory, get smelted down, then go into our deep storage unit, so if we're hungry or we need food, we can just go over there and pull that out. We don't have to deal with, you know, cooking it ourselves. It'll all be automated. So I've already made an energized smelter here, and we just need to upgrade it into a factory. Now, you guys told me something interesting. Last time we were using this question mark to make a ghost block. Turns out if I actually shift left click, it'll pull the items and put them in the crafting grid for me. I wish I had known that. So there we go. Just made a basic factory. Didn't have to do anything basically. 2 moves, like a chess game. 2 moves and I did it. I'm glad I know now, but I wish I had known that for the last couple episodes where we were doing a lot of crafting and stuff like that. Would have made things a lot easier. So let's clear that. We have our basic factory. We're going to need some basic cabling as well, and item ducts to go along with it so we can transfer some items around. Now, Robito, I'm going to set you to unfollow because I don't want you bugging out on me going through the doors and stuff like that. So you're going to stay here. It is nighttime. It could be dangerous out there, buddy. So it's better if you stay in the light. I'm going to go sleep until morning, and then we'll pop over to our farm and we'll set up this basic factory to get that meat processing automatically. And then we will start looking into magical crops. As I said, we're going to get the very basic crops set up today. What I'm thinking is I want to set up dye crops. I think the 2 starter crops you can make are coal and dye. And I figured dye is going to be far more useful. We have like 2,000 coal that we never use, and dye essentially when you harvest. I keep saying process for harvesting. When you harvest dye, you get dye essence, and then you put that in different patterns in the crafting grid, and you get different colored dye. So I figured that is far more useful than coal because you always need dye for things, and it's always a pain in the ass to make it, so this will make that process a lot simpler. I have also been working on the farm a little bit. We got some blueberry bushes out the front here, which I need to keep extending, so I might grab that. Is there any more? Should probably grab these top ones here. Get these little things out of the sky. There we go, just clean it up a bit. Where are they? And extend this out. I want to have like a row of them. These ones are blueberries. I would like to get, I think it's raspberry and blackberry, and have them kind of go behind it or something, so we have a whole bunch of them here. And these grow back so fast. I've been harvesting them and they just grow back so quickly. So let's just take them all off here so we can grow some more. There we go. I grab these ones as well. Thank you. There's a bush there I missed. And this has already grown back. I swear I picked that before unless I missed it, but look how quick they grow. It's amazing. So put that down here. Now what we are also going to grab is some of the standard magical crops that are in this crops. These ones are basically just like food crops. So we got tomato, sweet corn, strawberry, raspberry, grape, cucumber, chili, blackberry. I'm not really sure what nature essence is. I might also grab the essence seeds as well, because we're going to probably plant those. We need a hoe as well. I separated the crops here, so we have magical crops, we have vanilla, and we have some yield from our Pam's harvest craft as well. I can't get out the door apparently. I'm drunk guys, I can't get out the door. Okay, I got some rotten flesh here. Before we get to planting these crops though, let's go over and set up our little automated system for our meat in here. Before we do that, there, look at that. How good is that looking right now? I got all the carrots and all the potatoes planted, and I planted some of the Pam's harvest craft crops. Haven't had enough time to harvest them and extend it, and this area here is going to be the normal magical crops. Magical crops seems to be split into 3 sections. You have the normal crops, you have the magical crops, and then you have I think essence crops or something like that, which I'm not really sure what they're used for. Excuse me, Mr. Spider. I don't want you to sit down beside me when I'm drinking a cup of tea. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. Nice. Oh, we're almost level 25 for Ars Magica. That's amazing. Why didn't that... Oh, I was about to say, why isn't that guy dying? There we go. Okay, and let's also see if this has been working when we haven't been here, and see how many ingots and stuff we have. Wow, 24. It has been working hard. So let's pull those out there. What we do need is our crescent hammer and basic universal cable, item ducts, and our basic factory. Okay, so how do we want this to work? I think we just probably should put the basic factory next to the meat packer. Would probably be a good idea. So let's grab these out here. Oh, never mind, it's in my hand. So if we put that there, we get some item ducts and run it like that. That's going to pipe straight out into the basic factory. Now, to configure where items come in and where items go out, you have to go into here and correspond it with the color representation in the actual UI here. So red is where items are going to go in, I believe. So red should be the top, that's fine. Blue is where we want items to eject from, so we need to make this side blue as we're going to have the items come out here. We do not need this normal furnace in here anymore, so how am I going to pipe this over? It's a bit crammed in here. What I might actually do, we might put these in the corner actually, so we can put those there. How would I pipe this out? Have it go like that over the top. And then we should be able to disconnect this like that, disconnect that like that, whack this to output mode. We probably need a redstone torch to power that. So let's order ourselves one over. Redstone torch, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, grab you, and then that above there. That should all be set up. What we need to do next, of course, is actually give this thing some darn power. Almost forgot about that. So we need to hook it up under here with some basic universal cable. There we go, nice and simple. Let's actually fill this block back in here, and hopefully this works. If we set it up correctly, this should work. Let's put in the raw meat and stuff, and see it go through. So there we go, look at that. We can have 2 stacks of raw meat going through. We've got our meat nuggets going through as well. And then all of that should hopefully filter it. So if I put that in there, I'm hoping that only the cooked meat ingots will go into these slots and drop in, and that the nuggets will just naturally filter past. That's what I'm hopeful for. Okay, so we have 3 in there now, so it appears to be working. It appears to be working. It's not staying in there, so it definitely is going out. Now let's have a look. Oh, and the cooked meat nuggets went in there. Oh, this is amazing. So it looks like we got that set up perfectly, guys. I'm going to take all of those. I'll leave one in there so it can filter. And I think that's it. I think we did it. So that'll come through. It'll go into there. It'll get cooked. It'll pipe out, and it'll go into our deep storage units. Wunderbar, wunderbar. Now that we've done that, let's just go and plant these normal magical crops, and then we will look into the fandangled special ones. What I do need is that hoe, though. I need that hoe, though. Give me that hoe, though. That's just a little bit wrong, isn't it? What crops do we want to put down first is the question. What order do we want these in? We should have 8 of them, so we might put all the berries down together. So like blackberry, their chili seeds, cucumber seeds, grape seeds, strawberry seeds. Wait, what were those ones? Raspberry and strawberry. So we'll put these 4 down in here. We're going to do them long ways like I've been doing with all the others, basically. I just find this a little bit easier. It allows me to have larger crops as well, because they can just come down like that. And then if that's 8, that's 9, 10, 11, 12... So we fill these ones up like that, and up this way. Cool, cool. Now, as I said, we are going to be making the dye crops today. What my ultimate goal is with magical crops is I want to work towards making the blaze crops so that we can have blaze rods growing, and the nether crops and the glowstone crops. So pretty much like nether materials, because they're a pain in the ass to get. You know, you have to go into the nether, you have to find blazes, you have to kill them. You know, you got to find a fortress to do that. You know, nether brick, I guess you can just cook from netherrack, so that one's not too difficult. But you can also do it with quartz as well. You can turn the nether essence that you harvest into quartz, and glowstone as well. Like, having those materials growing will just be so much easier than having to pop in and out of the nether and harvest them and risk our neck. You know, we like to live a comfy life. That's what we're going to try to achieve. So let's get the rest of these planted, and then I think we'll set up a little garden just outside our building, our not a massa building, I'm thinking a Tech-It, just outside our Institute of Technology there, for the reason that I want to make like a little magical grove in the future and have trees and crops and stuff from all the magic mods in it. And I think that magical crops would kind of fit in there better than it would fit over here. So temporarily, we're going to set up a little garden outside our Institute of Technology that's really easy to access, and we're going to plant those there. So we need to get the rest of these in. Oh, it's a lot of crops. And this farm, I think, has come along great so far. I'm really liking the way it's looking. Once I have enough time and I can harvest these and replant more, the same with the Pam's Harvestcraft stuff, it's going to look amazing having all of these fields completely full sometime in the near future. It does take a bit of work. It's just like tedious work, you know, kind of exactly what we're doing now, but on a much larger and longer scale. You know, doing all of these, knocking all of those down and putting them in took a long time. But I enjoy it, actually. It's actually quite peaceful. It's quite peaceful indeed. Okay, so that's fine. Excuse me. You came back to the party and, oh wow, and you weren't really welcome. I also need to put sprinklers in here too, so that these actually get water. I do have a spot for it, but if I put one in now, then it's going to start watering all this grass, and trees and stuff are going to grow, so I don't want to deal with that headache at the moment. But that's looking pretty good. Look at that. Look at our farm. I think our farm is looking pretty fantastic. It's probably one of the things I'm happiest about appearance-wise in the series. I think aesthetically it looks amazing. Oh, and look, all these blueberries are already back. Come on, blueberries, get out of here. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to head over and look into making some dye crops. Before we do that, though, there were a couple buckets in here I want. We also need some vanilla seeds from wheat, I believe, because they're like a base for any crop you make. So we might knock down a couple rows of our wheat here and grab a whole bunch of seeds. Okay. Yeah, we'll just knock down 2 rows. I'll replant these in the future. We need the seeds for now. There we go. Cool, cool. Alrighty, let's go and try this out. It looks like the sun is setting again, so we may go and have a little snooze before we do. I'm thinking right out here is probably fine. I still want to set up a fountain out here at some point, but I'm thinking here's okay. What I might do is dig a little trench for water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that should be fine. Or maybe I should make it more than that. Was it 4? Water source block has to be 4 away from a crop to water it, maybe, kind of like the sprinklers. Not 100%, I cannot remember. It's either 4 or 5, I think, I hope. We'll just sleep until morning and then we'll get to it. Morning, Mr. Creeper. It's always good to see him in the morning. I've grown accustomed to him. At first he used to creep me out a little bit, but now I think we've become fast friends. We get along great. So we want to put water in there. What would be a good idea? Actually, no, that's too much of a pain in the ass. I'll just do it this way for now. Oh, wait, get a second one. There we go. Cool. Oh, God, I just saw it all turned around, okay, so let's put that in there. And then we need to put the other one in there. Alrighty. And we'll make this a source block so we don't have to run back and forth all the time. That one there. Okay, cool. So, how do we make dye crops is the question. So let's look up how to make dye seeds. Alright, dye, and I'm assuming it'll just be in here. Dye seeds, there we go. So that's what we need to make. We need to make dye seeds. First thing we have to do is make ourselves a weak infusion stone. Then you use the infusion stone with essence dust, which we have tons of from mining, to make weak essence. And then you use the weak essence with seeds and a dye type to make the dye seeds. Harvest the dye seeds and you get this dye essence, which you then use to make the next infusion stone, the next one up. And that's what I mean by there's a natural progression to it. So we have to start with the basics. And Rapido, you can follow me around now. I've returned, buddy. I've returned. I'm sorry I had to leave you alone. It's dangerous out there. So first thing we need to do is make weak essence. To make weak essence, we need a weak infusion stone. To make that, we need essence dust around a diamond. And speaking of diamonds, we have 62 of them. Our quarry has hit bedrock, and I've taken all the ingots out of our chest that is over to the left there. They're all in our ME system. I haven't set it back up or anything yet. And upon hitting bedrock, it must have hit a whole bunch of diamonds. Plus, we got 25 from our digital miner, so we had a stack in there actually, which is amazing. So let's get a diamond, and let's just put 1 diamond in there. And then what we need to do is we need to put essence dust in there. So if we do that, we got ourselves a weak infusion stone. Now I'm not sure how many of these I need, if I just need 1. So we're just going to stick with 1 for now. We might need more in the future. I have no idea. Now that we have the weak infusion stone, we need to make weak essence. So let's put that recipe in there as well. So weak essence, put that in there. Now we need 4 of these per dye seed, I believe. And I want to lay down at least a row of 5. So how many of these do we want to make is the question. Let's get a stack. We'll get an entire stack out since we do have like 2,500 of this essence dust. So it's not like we're going to run out anytime soon. What else do we need next? Next, we need seeds and we need our dyes. So hopefully this will pull the lappy out if I do this. No, it's going to pull the bone meal out. Okay. We will get lapis for this because we don't really use this very much at all. So that should be lapis, seeds in the middle, and weak essence around the side like that. And now we can make a whole bunch of dye seeds. What I might do is, let's make 10 actually. We'll do rows of 10. Sounds like a good idea. So let's get 10 of those. Bang. We got 10 dye seeds. So now that we have those, let's plant them. We might also plant this essence seed as well. And let's see what they look like. Alrighty, this should be fun. How are we doing for day? Day's fine? Yep, day's fine. Already half the day gone though. Where has my day gone? Did Rapido follow me out? Oh, there you are, buddy. What did you just pick up? What are you doing? He's going for a swim. Rapido, get out of there. You're going to rust. You will rust if you stay in there. Get out. What are you doing? He's reckless. He's gone rogue. You've gone rogue, and he's trying to go back in. Maybe it's after the dirt or something that fell through. Anyway, okay, let's get these planted. So yeah, I thought it was 4. It can be 4 away. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like that, we should be able to plant these. Didn't want that one. I'll jump on it and make it fill back in. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how I wanted them. And we'll do 2 rows of these. So, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We have our first little rows of magical crops up and running. Yeah, see, that one's getting some liquid. I thought it was 4, so I'm hoping it is. Yep, that one there as well. Yeah, cool. So they should all get fertilized now. It should slowly spread. There we go. These should start growing. Once these have grown, I can harvest them and I can get the next essence required. And with that next essence, I believe we can make glowstone seeds. Glowstone seeds should be in here. Oh wait, my bad. Didn't put in glowstone. I just put in glow. Glowstone seeds. There we go. So once we harvest the dye crop, we will get essence to make our regular infusion stone, as you can see here. We'll get this dye essence, combine that with a weak infusion stone, we'll get a regular. Then with the regular infusion stone, we can make regular essence by putting weak essence around that, which we just made a stack of, and that will give us regular essence, which we then use combined with glowstone and more seeds, and we can grow glowstone. Then if we harvest glowstone, we basically go through the same process, but we get strong essence. With that strong essence, we can make blaze seeds and nether seeds and start growing those materials as well. But right now, we just have to play the waiting game, basically. So me and Rabito, we're just going to perch over this, pull up a rocking chair in the afternoon sun, smoke on a pipe and watch our crops grow. So since I have to just wait, basically, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, guys. I also just wanted to let you know the next episode is our first big milestone for the series. It is our 50th episode, and people have requested that we do an hour-long episode, so we are going to be doing exactly that. We're going to take a break from the farm and from the tech stuff, and we're going to have a lot of fun, really. I'm also going to be adding a new mod to the series. It's going to be a great episode, guys. An hour of uncut, pure Minecraft. Hope you're looking forward to it. I know I sure am. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to throw it a rating. It really helps out. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you then. Bye.